for terrible people to open a board game cafe. Something that comes with a love of escape rooms is a love of games. More specifically, the kind of games where friends come together to have a good time with one another. Probably one of the most famous games to achieve that is Cards Against Humanity. The creators of the raunchy card game are looking to open up shop in Chicago to open a board game cafe as well as 2 escape rooms. With 8 monthly rotating board games, 2 escape rooms, one that has already been built and is just being relocated, as well as one being built, with a changing food menu similar to the way that, like, Raven Guild has a changing food menu and open bar, cocktails and stuff like that. So,
I'm making a change to the Raven Guild menu, too.
Is that going to get changed?
There's a particular change. One of the things I did not like on the menu for Raven Guild was that in our appetizer portion we had bruschetta, and then in our entree portion at the third act break,
yes,
there was skirt steak on toast.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bruschetta is toast. Like I don't like repeating menu elements. Like to me, that's poor planning. I'm actually going to put in more of a horseradish skirt steak.
Horseradish skirt steak. Not a fan of horseradish, but hopefully the guests like
Say that 10 times fast. Horseradish skirt steak. Horseradish skirt steak.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Puzzle of the day. Record yourself saying horseradish skirt steak 10 times and submit it to Escape Stream on the back of our channel.
You get a free high five from either myself or Tony.
And we will totally put it on next week's Puzzle Talk.
So, kind of last week when I was talking about the Ubisoft coming in with the virtual reality games, this is yet another big company that has money under their belt already that are diving into...
Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity. The card game for terrible people. And show of hands, who's played Cards Against Humanity? Yeah, we're terrible people and we like card games. So... The look away there was like, am I a terrible person? Well...
No, Cards Against Humanity's fun. It gets a little repetitive quick.
Oh, definitely. That's why they have all those expansion packs that you have to keep buying.
Even so, though, like, there's only so many times what's on the card is going to shock me.
Yeah.
After a while, I'm just like,
It's like, oh, another one about children? Okay. Another one about this? Okay. But... These guys are no strangers to, the industry as far as games go within itself. So these guys already have, like, the money under their belt. They already have a mass, like, cult following, making millions and millions of dollars with sales. So you as an escape room owner who started out with just, escape rooms, you dove into this business, do you ever feel, like, a little nervous when companies like Ubisoft or Cards Against Humanity... Yeah, exactly.
Well, Trapdoor is a multi-million-dollar company now, so...
Sure.
No.
Not even like
Would I have felt nervous in 2015? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And to anyone who's like a one location, anyone who's probably doing under 500K a year, I would probably say be nervous about things like that. The fact of the matter is, for the most part, these things are very territorial.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ubisoft doing VR, I still don't... We're years... I don't want to say years, because technology has been moving so incredibly fast now, but we're still a little ways away from 16 to 20 people being able to collaborate in one VR session.
Sure.
And that's really the magic of the escape room, is being able to physically be there with your friends and companions and so forth and participate in something together. It's tangible. It's real. People go to escape rooms for the disconnect of the virtual world, not to embrace it.
Sure.
Now, having said that, there's still a space for that. There's a space for Escape Stream. It's for people who can't go to wherever a facility is or something like that.
There's that demographic that exists for that certain thing.
It's a different experience.
Yeah.
So where are these locations opening is more the question.
Fair. With Chicago is going to be the base for the Cards Against Humanity one. Ubisoft, though, I don't know if you caught that last week on the stream, and they actually upped it. Before, they quietly opened like 200 locations worldwide.
For their VR.
Yes, and they actually recently bumped it up to like 260.
Okay.
So,
But again, it's VR. I
Yeah, no,
don't
of course.
count Ubisoft in that.
okay, fair. Well, Cards Against Humanity, and you're right with the whole territorial thing.
Territorial thing.
Yes, because Cards Against Humanity, I believe the company is actually based out of Chicago.
Fair.
So they already had
Fair.
kind of like the footing within the city itself to just kind of open it up.
So, Nick, from iPanic, if you're watching or if you catch this, are you concerned he's out in that area?
Oh, okay.
Are you concerned with Cards Against Humanity opening escape rooms in your neighborhood? You know, like, for example, when we went to one of the Room Escape conferences, one of the panelists was the owner of Five Wits.
Okay.
And in that panel, he had said, you know, if I come to your neighborhood, be scared, type of thing. And, you know, he's spending $500,000 on a game. So, you know, it's the same concept. Now, I've been known to say this before. Not every movie has to be a billion-dollar blockbuster,
right?
You know, with a $500 million budget. Every once in a while, a little movie like The Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity or Saw comes out for under $1 million, Blair Witch was $20,000.
Yeah, pretty sure it was. Kind of in that range, and it blew up. It absolutely blew up.
So, well, $20,000 with a marketing budget of $5 million, but I knew one of the people in charge of the marketing of Blair Witch. Yeah, that was kind of alternate reality gaming before there was alternate reality gaming.
Sure.
But having said all that, you know, you can come into a space with nothing and have an incredible story that lasts beyond all of that noise. But for the most part, yeah, you should probably be concerned if Cards Against Humanity opens an escape room in your area. They already know gaming. They already have a massive demographic of customers.
Absolutely.
And they have a lot more money than you do to play in that arena. So I'm interested to see what they do.
Really, because these guys they kind of have that, I'm not going to say the same sick, twisted mind that some of the creators at Trapdoor have, but these guys they're a little sick and they're a little twisted. The first thing that comes to my head when I bring that up is, you ever heard about their bullshit box?
Yeah. But, you know, the other element there, too, though, to keep in mind is that not all a lot of times when major companies do this, it's a cash grab and it sucks. For example, like, notoriously, a story I always talk about is the worst escape room game I ever played, which was the officially licensed through Sony Resident Evil escape room.
I see. Okay.
And that was $70 a ticket and was pretty much booked out solid.
Where was this located? Where was this?
It was traveling.
Okay, I see.
We played it in Manhattan.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
But it was one of the worst escape room. It was the worst escape room experience I've ever had. So just because a headline company with millions, Sony's case, you know, hundreds of millions. I'm not going to say billions because without Disney, their movies ain't making $1 billion. But
shots fired.
But yeah, it doesn't mean that it's going to come in and be breathtakingly amazing.
Right, just because they're the big name company.
It could just be a cash grab.
I kind of hope that it's not a cash grab, especially with these guys. I feel like they put a little bit more work into the stuff they do. And as I was reading the article, because it's not just the escape rooms, it's a board game cafe. So the board games that they're that with the 8 monthly changing board games, it's
right.
I believe they're reaching out to find a lot more of those.
It's just the gaming center and escape rooms happen to be in it.
Yeah,
got it.
And I think with the board games, they're actually reaching out to like some of these other Japanese board game companies to get like some really intricate board games in there. One of them, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I know the creator's been obsessed with the series for a bit now, and he's incorporating it in there. The menu too. I want to take a look at that with you later because the menu that they have for this is actually pretty interesting. A lot of like wide variety of dishes.
Interesting. Well, the more variety, the shittier the food.
Sold by the man himself. So, unless you have anything else to add.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. And we hope you'll join us next time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't below. Like, comment, subscribe. And